What's
So
up,
I figured it
guys?
out yesterday. Every row is 72,000 pounds a week.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, every row.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the horse aggravation map. Yeah, good to be back. Time to get back to work, I guess. I can't be lazy. I wanted to see something here anyway. Let's see.
Oh, great demand for sugarcane. I don't have any. Perfect.
um,
I know, huh, Chris? Hard to beat that.
there we go. Got myself a new semi-trailer. Worth the little extra it cost me, because now I can hook the two of them together. Get in a long haul.
Had a weird thing happen yesterday
What's that?
in this. I was driving this harvester and it had 777 gallons of gas left. And I
Yup.
remarked on it, jumped into the truck, and it had 999 gallons of gas left.
Now that's just... That's
Weird.
gotta be weird, man. That's just like, that cannot be coincidental. So, what'd you do today, brother?
Did some shopping, cleaned the house, tried making bread for the first time. I made two batches, and first batch was okay, not good. Second batch was a little better, still not good. I gotta try again.
It's all about letting it rise the right amount of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If you...
do a crash course on YouTube.
Oh yeah, my mother taught me how to bake bread. I always loved doing it.
What's your recipe, man?
There's no secret recipe, man. It's just a recipe I get offline and then I just let it rise.
How long do you let it rise?
I usually will let a loaf of bread sit between 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, see, I let it sit about 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It rose, and I mean, it was nice, but it still didn't have a great taste to it.
You gotta make sure you don't use too much flour and yeast. If you do, it's gonna get a really bitter taste to it.
It wasn't bitter, just not sweet, and kind of, I don't know, just didn't taste right.
I could feel that.
I'm gonna go to the internet and try to figure out what the hell, you know, because the recipe that I used was off the flour, which they never put good recipes on them things.
Yeah. Oh man, my crops need to finish growing. I want to get back to the harvest. You know what, guys? Let's do a contract while we wait. There's a contract here that looks like it was
Ooh,
worth
what do you
quite a
need?
bit.
$2,000?
No, 142 actually. That's what this one's worth.
Must take 2 days.
Yeah, they want me to do the biggest field, Field 7. But I mean, for $142,000, I'll take the contract on. Oh, it's corn. That's gonna be fun. May as well get a corn header.
I saw an interesting movie today called Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
What was it about?
Gold.
I should have guessed.
A prospector in modern days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't say too much because, I'm not good at hiding secrets like that, and I'll probably end up telling you more than you need to know about the movie.
Well, I don't think I'd probably watch it. Sounds like a documentary.
No, it's a movie.
Uh,
Hence the word movie.
Alright,
I
fair
watch a lot of
enough.
documentaries. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it, I guess his name is.
Uh-huh. McConaughey, man,
And
he's quite the popular guy.
is he?
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Well, I think to qualify to be an actor, you have to be a 5-time drunk divorced drug addict.
Yeah, usually. That's usually how it rolls. You gotta be a pop star and all that stuff before you can become a movie actor, too.
They're professional liars. Of course their lives are terrible.
Right?
I played Captain Xenon from Planet Nebula, and I saved planet Earth, and I think that you should vote for Donald Trump. What the hell do you know? First of all, the movie's fake. You're fake. You're fake.
Nobody really is gonna listen to what you have to say.
Oh, everybody does. What are you talking about? If
I don't
Madonna
think
and
so.
Beyonce said vote for friggin' someone, half the country would vote for them.
Why do you think the whole country's in the toilet?
Well, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian's butt can't fit in the toilet. She needs 2 toilets.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody will write me tomorrow about that. You're picking on my girl I love. Yeah, she loves you too, buddy.
Yep, she loves you so much she forgot your name.
Go knock on the door, tell her how happy you are to meet her.
Guarantee you're gonna be fed to some big old pit bulls. No, that's unfair to
Ain't
the
even
pit
gonna
bulls.
make
I
it to
doubt
the
they would
door.
fit in the house.
Not even gonna make it to the door, bro.
Right?
That's just a fact. Not getting to the door.
Do you know why Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian family live in a mansion?
Because they don't fit in a regular house.
Exactly. They needed
I've
rooms that
never
are 6
seen
times the
anybody get
size.
so rich off of doing a porno. It's absolutely insane. Why would
I know.
someone look up to some girl that's done a porno?
I
I
know,
mean, that
right?
is so weird.
I can
Hey,
understand guys
I want my
idolizing her.
daughter's ideal to be the girl that did the porno.
I mean, I can understand guys idolizing her for that, but a woman,
No, I can't
no.
even see that. That's weird.
Well, you
Seriously,
know how
bro,
some guys
that's
are, man.
demented. Yeah, but that's their parents' upbringing. That's demented.
True. Oh, nice relaxing harvest. Man, I love these Fendt harvesters.
Someone wrote me a letter. They told me they love you too.
Aw, love them too. I don't even know how they know me. Kind of actually
See,
creeps me out.
surprising.
Right?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And that conversation you had, welcome back, Jeff. I don't want to talk about it on this channel at all. Whiskey. But,
What?
you know, it doesn't really matter how you rate yourself. That type of conversation can get you a $43,500 fine, and I'm just telling you straight up. They were very specific about that on the federal government warning about that.
Wait, what type of conversation?
They were, I can't talk about it because I'm on this channel. But I think that if you think back to yesterday, you'll know what I'm talking about. Your stream last night. That exact conversation is exactly the type of one that'll land you a big, huge fine, man. Yeah, you got to be a little careful.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, you just got to use a little bit of common sense and be a little bit careful. That's all. You know, if not, well, I'll tell you how the government said it. This is exactly word for word. They said it's like shooting fish in a barrel. They said it's like shooting fish.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not playing, man.
Whatever happened to the term freedom of speech?
You have freedom of speech, but if you look at that closely in the Constitution, you're not allowed to do harm to others with your freedom of speech.
Oh, that's, in my opinion, that's just dumb.
Well, no, it's not dumb. See, I can't threaten to kill you.
Here's how I see it. My channel's rated.
If I threaten to kill you, right?
My channel's rated.
Then you have no choice but to act upon that. So you have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But it's with certain limitations to the rights of others.
But my channel is rated 18 plus. And
right.
You weren't in my chat in my party at that time, so I wasn't concerned about your channel being a problem because you weren't there.
I'm not worried about it.
Right.
I would have said you wouldn't have said things like that.
So,
but I'm just there's no reason. Don't shoot the messenger.
No, I'm not, man. I'm just saying, like, if my channel's rated 18 plus, YouTube doesn't pay me. YouTube doesn't pay me.
It's not gonna matter.
I pay for YouTube.
Still not gonna matter.
They can honestly just go and suck it, in my opinion.
Well, you have to watch your language on this channel, but yes.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
But it doesn't matter, you know, Whiskey. I didn't have to bring this up at all or warn you. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I thank you for that.
All I'm telling you is that, you know, you're putting yourself in a huge fine danger for no reason.
Right.
You know, and if I don't tell you when I knew about it, would that be right?
No, that's definitely
so
fair.
I know about it. I saw the federal government talking about it. I took time to watch what the federal government was, because so many people, when they were changing it, were so worried, you know what I mean, about what was going on, and they were freaking out, and you're not going to be able to do this, and they're going to delete our channels. You know what I mean? They were going off the friggin' rails, you know, with all these conclusions and stuff. And YouTube was so vague. Who the hell knew what they were talking about? So I went directly to the federal government and listened to what the federal government said about it. And according to what the federal government said about it, you definitely crossed some lines there. You know what I mean? And you have to just be careful. Like there's people that are crossing lines constantly here. And I think what the government's doing is they're allowing them to cross the line, and then they're going to hammer them.
Right.
And they're going to make an example, you know, sometime probably around this summer or something, of probably like 5 to 10 people. And then it'll calm down again. But then 5 to 10 people are going to be so screwed. You know,
yeah,
you just don't want to be in that mix. Well, whether or not they expose the full fine on them or not, you know what I mean? You don't want your name dragged across the newspaper. Yeah, I'm great, Jeff. Welcome back, man. You don't want your name dragged across the newspaper or your channel dragged across the newspaper or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or the news circuit. You don't want your smiling face to be there for everybody to see, you know, like your chest of a molester.
You know? Yeah, no, I can feel that. I appreciate you letting me know. I'll have to go back
my buddy, so I'm just giving you a heads up, you know?
I'll have to go back and edit that stream, make sure whatever it was is edited out.
You'll know right away.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
Jacob, what's going on, man? But that's
And
the end of that
I have,
discussion. So
yeah,
I
I
was
have
just
a
letting you
feeling I
know
know
as a
what's going
friend.
on. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No problem, man.
There are certain people I really got to keep out of my streams anyway.
Well, I don't think, you know, it's...
No,
You'll know what I'm
I
talking
don't say
about.
it, I don't say it about because of that,
Hello,
man.
man.
When I say I need to limit who goes into my streams, it's because I'm trying to make this a family-friendly channel
Well, you're gonna, yeah, the
and
language is gonna have to
get rid
term
of the
for that.
cussing. So there's a
It
lot of
has been
people
a
who are,
long time, man.
yeah. There's a
I
lot of,
think that if you can keep your channel at like 13 plus, which is the occasional slip up, you know what I mean? You tell them,
yeah.
hey man, you know, you're slipping up, you know,
Hey, it
and
happens.
you keep it that way, right? It's gonna happen. You know, I think that you'll get more viewers. You know, I could be wrong because I mean, but let's face it, you know, they can at any time demonetize your channel. So you make a channel, right? Let's say you get like 100,000 subscribers because you know you're brutal with your language and someone likes it for some reason. All
Right.
right, and then you know you stop being brutal with your language, and YouTube just says, "Well, we're demonetizing that. We're demonetizing that. We're demonetizing." Like right now, if DJ, you know, is streaming, I haven't seen DJ in a while. I'm just using him as an example, and
Right.
he says, you know, starts talking about the coronavirus, there's a high chance they'll demonetize that particular stream. So he'll
Yeah.
make zero off of that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I'm not paying attention. I don't want that thing. Oh, it's gonna stop for sure. I'm never gonna make it on time. Man, I've been great, bro. How you been? I'm trying to teach my friend whose channel's starting to grow. He's got like 150 subs, man.
152.
You know? And he's starting to really start to grow, you know? He's gonna have 1,000 eventually. Yep,
One
tomorrow's
day.
Tuesday, man.
I'm probably even gonna end up changing my YouTube name in a little while. I have to wait 60 days, but I gotta
I
change
wouldn't
it.
do that.
Well, I think Drunk on Whiskey Slayer might be a little bit too exact about my habits. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my drink. I got a beer with me right now, but if I'm gonna go 13 plus, I don't know how many parents are gonna be enthusiastic to see their kid watching somebody called Drunk on Whiskey.
Chris seems to agree. He says lol. Chris
Thanks, Chris.
I don't know if Jacob is still here or not. I hope I told him that I'm doing great. How are you doing, man? Sorry, Jacob. I'm having multi-conversations here. Yeah, I'll bet. School's probably not going back this year, man. You're probably out for the rest of the year.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me. What's
No,
up
they're
and
already,
welcome to
several
the
states
stream.
are already talking about it.
But no, I definitely intend on making this channel flourish and grow.
Chris says name your channel Blueberry Whiskey.
I was considering that, but it's still got a term of liquor in it, man. And if I'm going 13 plus, I don't want to promote any form of liquor to underage kids, you know. So I was thinking along the lines of like Farmer Brown or something like that. I don't know.
How about Blue Whisk Man?
Blue Whisk Man.
Blue
Could
Whisk
work.
Man.
I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I got 60 days to worry about it. That's why when I stream, most of the time I'm just at a party with you, because it reminds me, keep your language clean. That is streaming.
You just entered 3 weeks mandatory lockdown? Wow.
It's going to be made illegal to leave your house very soon, honestly.
I'm not sure that's constitutionally legal. That's going to get challenged by the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court is too busy trying to avoid giving the Americans cash.
We can't afford it. You're looking
Exactly.
at $330 billion is what he's proposing.
Yeah.
You know where we're getting it from? Let me give you an
China.
idea. We just gave the military $756 billion for this year, right? I hate talking about this stuff on my stream. It always hurts my subscriber count. But we just gave the military $756 billion. That means a man that's working and has 2 kids and a wife owes the government $10,000 a year in taxes just for that.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. I understand the necessity thing.
Truthfully,
My
this
truck was nice
country's
and clean when I
losing hope.
started this.
This country's losing its hope real fast.
Nah. I'd still rather live here than Sri Lanka.
Oh, definitely.
Or Sierra
Agreed.
Leone.
It's not the worst place to live in the world, obviously,
Even over
but
Panama, I'll pass.
people are losing their mind over stuff that really doesn't need to be an issue.
There comes another truckload.
What's up and welcome to the stream. 3 people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you.
I'm still waiting for my $1,000 check, honestly.
We're
You
all
don't
waiting
want
on
that
that,
check,
man.
Jacob. I know it sounds good, but it's gonna pay. It's gonna be expensive, man. Good night, Brett Jeff. God bless, man.
Hook up the dolly to my trailer, and then hook the trailer to the dolly, and then get rolling out to go and do this contract.
Remember I told you I was gonna come close to filling up that silo?
Yeah.
I think after this load, I'm gonna clear 700,000.
Oh my goodness, dude. That is way too much.
Yeah, I am filling out my taxes. I'm gonna send them out on time. I'll have them sent out before April 15th, man. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
See, here's what happens, Jacob. Oh, I hate talking about this stuff, man. Really hurts my channel, guys. Look, if the government prints a lot of money, okay? They print, let's say, $1 trillion, okay? You're making $50,000 a year. These are just weird numbers, okay? A pair of sneakers is $40 and a cup of coffee is $4. Yeah, they're pushing them back to July. I'm not doing that. And a cup of coffee is $4, a pair of sneakers is $40, and a car is $30,000, right? So
Yep.
they you know, print $1 trillion, and all of a sudden, you know, you're making $100,000 a year, but the car is $60,000, the sneakers are $80,000, and the coffee is $8. You know, well, everything just doubled, but so did your paycheck, so it's no big deal, right? But what about that $10,000 you had in the bank that's now worth only $5,000? See, so if they hand out $1,000 to everybody in the country, technically they're stealing from everybody's bank accounts, because that's directly where it'll come from.
Right.
So if you don't have any savings, you're like, oh yeah, that's okay, man, I don't have any savings. But then when you think about it, who's really the ding-a-ling in that case? Because, hey man, I don't have any savings. You know?
Yeah, because then you're hurting for $1,000.
Yeah, that's the gross realization of inflation, exactly. It hurts the people that have money, that are trying to save money and prepare for their future. So you know they rip out $1 trillion, you know, and it's all great at the moment. But that guy that's 60 years old, you know what I mean? He's got $220,000 in the bank. He's hoping to retire on. Now he's only got 110.
There goes his retirement fund.
Exactly. Goodbye.
Nice knowing you. Hope you enjoy working till you're 90 years old.
Well, here's the real sad part. Their idea is going to be, well, I'll just sell my house and I'll live off of what I sold, you know, put in my house all them years. You know, so, you know, they all hit 75 years old, which is coming up, you know, any time now. You know, and they all start selling their houses. What happens? The market goes down in value.
What's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fabulous day.
So that $300,000 they thought they were going to get for the house, now they're only going to get $175. Of course, they got a mortgage, so now they're going to get nothing.
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, I mean, it's just the average person that's 70 years old right now, and account for everything that they own. You know what they really have for retirement? On the average, it's $44,000, man. I mean, it's a lot more. If you look at the whole stat, it's going to say, oh, they got $380,000. But when you take out that 1%, it automatically drops down to $44,000 per average person over the age of 70. That is horrifically in danger, man.
Yeah.
See, so, okay. So they get a retirement check, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't disagree with them. I mean, I don't know what's the right or what's the wrong answer, Jacob. I really don't. You know, all I'm saying is that, you know, they're going to try to live on this $44,000, okay? But, you know, where they were making, you know, $4,000 a month, now they're making $2,300 a month off their retirement, right? So what are they going to do? They're going to cut back on their coffee. They're going to cut back on their clothes shopping. They're going to cut back on their car spending. They're going to cut back on their gas use. See, and that's going to affect the market too. See, the baby boomers are a big, giant majority of people, man. I really feel bad for what's coming for these kids, man. It's real dangerous.
Chip.
But I'm not really sure how it's going to play out yet. I mean, I don't want to sound like a doom and gloom guy, because it could play out great. Who knows?
I think this whole $1,000 to the United States, to the people. Yeah, there are people who could use it, but it's still gonna hurt.
Let's say the old people go on retirement, like I say, right? And all of a sudden they stop spending money. But at the same time, a big giant war happens, and, you know, or, I don't know, people have a lot of babies, or there's so many variables, you know what I mean, that could change the whole game. That's all that I'm saying. A lot of variables. And let's talk about farming now, because, I mean, really, I can feel like I'm losing subscribe in 5 seconds.
I feel that too, man. Did I drop down any? Okay, I still get all my babies. I still get all my beautiful babies. All 152 of them.
I hate the fact that I study this stuff, man. I really do, because it doesn't pay off. It truly doesn't.
No, it really doesn't. Anywho, how's that week coming?
I'm almost done. Oh. Looks like I got one more row left.
Oh man, that's gotta feel so good.
It does.
But you want to know the exciting thing? Now that you've got it all done, you get to bale all that, or collect it all, and then plant it all again.
No, I don't bale it. I pick it up as I need it.
I meant collect it all, yeah. But you get to plant it all over again.
I just pick it up as I need it.
Right.
Awesome, man. Hey, Jacob, man, anytime you want to talk about politics, I'm in. Social engineering, politics, anything like that. I study that stuff too. It's better to
Okay.
know than not know. You know, and if they don't want to hear it, they know there's other channels out there. There's other channels. I'd rather discuss it so you young people learn quickly than, you know, have to learn the hard way like I did. I've learned to hedge some of my bets. Instead of putting all my money in the bank account or all into gold or commodities or anything, I go across the board. I figure, you know, if 5 things fail, something's bound to win. Take about months from now, investing in a company like Johnson's, attract given that more than likely there'll be more babies born. More babies means more diapers sold. More diapers sold means Johnson & Johnson does better in business. Oh, I wouldn't. Not for a second, man. I'd be very particular on what I invested in. I wouldn't just invest on stocks across the board. They're scary, man.
If you invest in the wrong one, you're done.
Well, the market's got a giant bubble in it. I mean, that's obvious.
Right.
Just like the housing market has a bubble in it, and gold has a bubble in it. The reason you know gold has a bubble in it is because for thousands of years, historically, right up until the last few years, the last 10 years, gold has always been about 12 times higher than silver. Always. Right now, silver's like what, $12 an ounce, and gold's what, $1,300 an ounce?
Something like that, yeah.
Someone's got a bubble. Either the silver is severely underpriced, which it's not, or somebody's got a bubble. And it's because people are buying gold like crazy, trying to use it as a hedge as though it's money, and it isn't. You can't eat it. You can't put it in your gas tank. Ain't gonna do you no good. You know, the only thing it's good for these days is jewelry. Back in the old days, it was the only metal that could be pounded into a foil. Now we have foils, so it's not as important as it used to be.
Right.
And China's buying it up like crazy, but the minute China stops buying it, man, that price is going to drop like a rock. Yeah, they're not down enough, man. I'd let it go further. When you start seeing it hit about 12, somewhere between 15 and 12, I think that's about the bottom. I got some friends that think about 15. I personally think about 12 is the bottom. We probably won't see the bottom fall out on it here. At least I seriously doubt we will. China's economy is a basket case, Jacob. They're on the verge of collapse. You didn't know that? They're in real bad situation, man.
Yeah,
Trust me, America's real strong right now compared to China. China's over extended. See, 10 years ago, it's true, China had, you know, a few $1 billion ahead, you know, where other countries were in debt. China's got massive debt right now because they spent so much money on their infrastructure. That's been true since the Olympics. They never recovered from all that spending. It's just been straight downhill from there. I mean, they're a serious basket case. And with this Wuhan thing going on and everything shut down, it's crazy. Yeah, they're going to keep pumping China up like they're the big go-to, you know, savior of the world. And it's not true, man. Right now, I'd be betting on the United States. I seriously would. Right now, the United States probably has the strongest economy in the world, and I'll tell you why. When Donald Trump took office, about 75% of all the oil in the United States was imported in. Right now, we import zero oil, and within the next year, we'll be exporting oil. So I would bet pro-United States right now. You know, not on oil unless you put a put on it, because I think the price of oil is going to drop down to probably around $22, $24 a barrel. You'll see gasoline at $1.50 again, $1.40. You know, that's the stimulus package that's coming, is gasoline's going to get cheap, which is going to make your bread cheap, your eggs cheap, your meat cheap. Everything that's going to be shipped is going to get cheaper. Not so much around the rest of the world, though, in the United States. I wouldn't expect that England's economy is going to get better because America's creating its own oil. In other words, I think that they'll still be paying a lot more a barrel than we are. Yeah, I'm 100% for sure on that. 100% for sure on that, bro. We are no longer dependent on the Middle East for oil. We have not been dependent on the Middle East for oil since about the first of the year, December, January, in there. We dropped off the last little bit of oil dependency that we had. That's why you're seeing the price of oil drop from, you know, $70 a barrel to $30 a barrel.
Yeah, it's gone down quite a bit.
If we didn't go oil dependent right now, the OPEC nations wanted it at $100 a barrel for Iran. Trump said he's not playing that game and started opening up our own oil. See, in the United States, we shut down our oil in the 1970s, and it was because it was $12 a barrel, and basically the Middle East was calm back then. Since then, it's changed dramatically, you know, and they're really not our friends. So Trump opened our oil back up. State reserves, you never actually get the true number on, you know, national reserves, but you get close. You know, Saudi Arabia has about 220 billion gallons. Iran has about 90 billion gallons. Venezuela has about 300 billion gallons, more than Saudi Arabia. Most people think Saudi Arabia has the most in the world. They don't. Venezuela does. Alright, I want you to think about this. The United States uses 25% of all the oil used in the world. No, it won't stagnate our economy. It'll help our infrastructure dramatically. It'll actually help manufacturing and everything else to open back up in the United States and everything. You'll be surprised what it'll do. It'll also keep the oil petro on the dollar. You know, and that's what makes the dollar so strong around the world, is because it's a petrodollar. It's the standard for petrol. You know, but the United States, Venezuela has about 300 billion. I would take a rough guess estimate and say the United States has easily over 500 billion barrels of oil. Easily. Maybe double that. I mean, we probably have more oil than Venezuela and Saudi Arabia combined.
Listening to you talk about politics is making me drowsy, bro.
Sorry, man.
You're all good, man. I gotta learn all this stuff.
Oh, the oil's all over the place. Right now, they're pulling it mostly out of North Dakota. Texas and North Dakota. But it's all over the place. We got big reserves in Pennsylvania, South Dakota, North Dakota, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. We have a lot of oil, bro. Jacob, we have a lot of oil.
I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon.
No, we got enough oil to keep ourselves alive for probably 40 years. About 40 years before we start hitting our actual peak. Peak oil production, that is.
And the nice thing about it is it brings more jobs to Americans.
Well, it's going to stimulate the economy. You know, what it's really going to do is end a lot of military threat, allow manufacturing to open up, and also truly be able to compete in Walmart. Right now, China's just killing us with Walmart. Everything in Walmart is made in China. You know, and that's about not to be the same anymore. That's about to change.
That'll be nice. Maybe Trump can do it. Maybe he can actually pull the United States out of debt.
You know, it's really hard to say, Jacob. I wish that I had a magic mirror and could tell you. The only thing I can, because there's so many variables. Like I said, what if war breaks out tomorrow? I mean, what if China and Russia, you know, decided that they don't like what we're doing and they decide to just nuke New York City and New York City disappears? You see, so there's so many variables, you know, and that's just one variable. I doubt that that would happen, but I mean, it's a possibility, and there's millions of them little variables. You just have to kind of get lucky like Warren Buffett, you know? But a pretty sure bet right now is about 6 months on companies like, and I'm not saying in particularly Johnson & Johnson, but companies like Johnson & Johnson on their stocks, because as long as people are trapped in a house, babies are going to be created. That's just a fact. More babies means more diapers, more formula, more baby food, you know.
Maybe we'll get a couple of farmers out of it.
You know, you would think so, but not necessarily. You know, let's say, you know, a country does use a nuke. It doesn't necessarily mean that another country is going to nuke them back just because they can. They always give you that scenario like, well, this will definitely happen. No, not definitely. It could happen, but not definitely.
I've never seen someone so interested in politics.
Will nukes get used in your lifetime, Jacob? Well, if you're under 30 years old, I would say absolutely, definitely. Absolutely and definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, man.
I mean, it's almost 100%. You know, but that threat's been around for a long time. And nowadays, just because someone drops a nuke doesn't mean that it'll actually reach its destination either. Which is another point you got to consider. What's up, Prem Duddy? Man, I don't even know how to... I'm just going to call you Prem, man. I don't know what to call you.
I left you a like, Abed, by the way. I dropped you one.
Thanks, I appreciate that, Whiskey.
Hey, man, we got to watch out for each other, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I can start a like spike in your stream. Everybody, I know there's more than one person watching. Go like his stream. His stream is way more entertaining. I'm just harvesting corn.
You know, you can't worry about that kind of stuff, really. Because if you're going to get concerned about that kind of stuff, you're going to drive yourself mad. I didn't... There we go. That's what I want. And I wanted this harvester to fold, and he didn't do that either. Here's something you're not going to see in real life very often.
What's that?
A giant harvester pass a car.
Well, funny story. I live in Pennsylvania, which is mostly farmland, right?
Wait, hold on 1 minute. I want to answer Jacob's question. Jacob, we're overproducing food already. They're already paying people and have been for about 40 years now to not farm on their land, to not grow a crop. So that idea that they're selling you that, you know, we're losing 4,000 acres a day is a fallacy. That's just a scare tactic to keep the public worried. Don't worry about that. That's absolute ridiculousness. It's like we're running out of fresh water. Where's it going? What's it, leaving the planet? You've never drank a drop of water in your life that something didn't pee out. So, I'm just serious about this, Jacob. The water doesn't go anywhere. It recycles. It goes up in the sky, comes down as rain, hits the ground, goes back into groundwater, back into ponds, back in streams. It's not going anywhere. Look, have you ever eaten seedless grapes? That's a genetically modified. There's no such thing as a grape that's seedless, man. How would you get more grapes?
And it's not like they're going through each grape picking out the seeds.
So, you know, genetically modified food has been around for a while. Again, something I truly wouldn't worry about.
Scientists are trying to clone cows and sheep so they can make more meat.
That I would worry about.
Yeah, I don't think I want to eat that.
The animals and people I would worry about. You know, like they got this thing now where, you know, you can, if you're wealthy enough, you can decide if your baby has blue eyes and is 6 foot tall and, you know, athletic, and you can make basic decisions. But what you can't do is know that when the kid's 25 years old, he's not going to start growing a second mouth out of the side of his head or an eye in the back of his head. You know, they shouldn't mess with DNA structure like that, but humans are far more complicated than an ear of corn. And there's been some wild haywire stuff with the ears of corn, so. I mean, but that's a way complicated situation. I mean, we may as well get into microphysics or parapsychology or quantum mechanics, you know?
I thought you kids were on summer, trying to get on summer vacation, not learn more stuff.
They can't, Jacob. All right, let me give you an idea of how DNA really works. Okay, when they see, like, let's say they see the letter D. We're just gonna pick a letter, okay? And then they see next the letter A. The truth of the matter is, by the time they saw the D and the A, you know, and think that they're together, you know, that's the two that they're gonna mess with. In between that D and that A is like, I had it quoted to me before. It's something in the neighborhood of like 1,000 King James Bibles of letters in between them two that they haven't discovered yet. So when they do something with the D, how do they know what's going to happen? Now, the King James Bible has 800,000 words. That means they're missing about 8 billion letters. Missing about Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. It's never been proven to be helpful in any way whatsoever at all. That's just the truth. In fact, it's been proven to be detrimental. That's a failed project. It had good motives in the beginning, but it's a failed project. The reason they haven't stopped it yet is because of money, man. People don't want to lose their jobs. Can't blame them. Who wants to lose their job?
Nobody.
And to these people, they don't know anything else but this. So I mean, when they lose their job, they
lose
they're
everything.
going back to work at McDonald's.
I've seen people who are basically rocket scientists just go right back to McDonald's because they lost their job.
There's a dark side to that, Jacob. I'm just warning you straight up. The more you get to know, the more problems you're gonna have too. Because first of all, no one's gonna believe you. Second of all, no one's gonna want to hear it. And third of all, no one's gonna invite you to any parties.
And parties are everything, man.
Well, they're not anything, but I'm just giving them a heads up warning, you know? So just expect that. I mean, I think that it's better to have knowledge than live in the dark. But people that live in the dark won't allow you to intermingle with them as freely. Unless you don't talk about it at all. Which you're going to find at times to be impossible. Especially when you get my age and you stop feeling like it's more worth teaching people what you've learned than hiding it.
What's up to all 4 of you guys that are watching me? Hope you're all enjoying the stream. Be sure to hit that like.
Talking about it.
Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. And be sure to jump over to the Abad stream. He's got over 4,000 cows and over 1,500 sheep. So yeah, have fun with that.
He's a lazy bastard, man.
Yeah, he needs another 8,000. So what's your end game, man? What are you trying to reach as a goal for cows and sheep?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the number is until I can't take care of them anymore. When I can't feed them anymore, then we got to the end of the game.
How many hours have you spent on that map, dude?
About 620. No
oh
cheats.
My goodness.
No cheats. No money cheats. Everything's been straight up work.
That's insane, dude. 600?
Yeah, about 600. A little over 600. Probably
You've
like
been working hard, man.
Oh, hardly working. I messed this one up.
Man, I gotta learn how to drive this dang Challenger, dude.
I think they're hard. You gotta try these skidders, man. They turn too quick.
Oh, I love those things, though.
Really?
Oh, I love them, dude. Skid steers are so much fun. I've been operating them most of my life. I mean,
oh yeah.
You don't expect when you run excavation, you're not going to be in a skid steer.
Yeah, these things are a pain in the butt. I don't know how people don't pour themselves out of them on occasion.
Well,
they turn so quickly.
It's actually happened before.
Oh, I'll bet.
It's crazy, man. Like, I've seen people driving skid steers, and the next thing you know, they've rolled the thing on just a rock. I swear to goodness, Harvester, don't you dare fall in that lake.
They're a lot of fun, though.
Oh, they are a lot of fun. I've popped wheelies in them before, done all that kind of stuff, had fun. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, they are actually one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment in the world.
That doesn't surprise me.
And coming in second would actually be a telehandler.
Really?
It's not because of the type of vehicle it is, surprisingly. It's because of the fall danger on them.
The what danger?
There are people out there who are stupid enough to sit on the bucket or the forks and then have it extended at its max height and just sit up in the sky. There have
Oh,
been more deaths in a telehandler because of that than anything else.
yeah, that's just silliness, huh?
That's just being dumb, honestly. And I've never seen anyone do it personally, but I've seen a lot of telehandler accidents, and
Right.
it's just crazy.
Jacob, are you still there?
Yo, Abed,
Yes, sir.
you ever heard of those machines that are labeled cat?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a post on Facebook not too long ago. It said this guy could text his boss and says, "I can't come into work today. A cat is on my car." And his boss texted him and said, "You're really gonna let an animal stop you from coming into work? You know that'll get you fired." And his employee texted him back with a photo of a cat excavator that had fallen off a trailer on his car.
That's funny. Jacob, I saw a great documentary you're gonna want to see if you haven't seen it already. It's by Renegade something or other, but it's called The Four Horsemen. It's not about Bible like you think. You know, it's a documentary about what you're talking about. It's called The Four Horsemen. It's like an hour and 38 minutes long. It's got rewards across the board. It won like 20 awards, man. It's a white screen, white picture with a black silhouette of a man with a horse's head. And it's called The Four Horsemen by Renegade something or other. Just write in The Four Horsemen and then look and see Renegade Productions, I think it is. That's it. It's a great documentary if you haven't seen it. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I would check it out tonight, Jacob. You're definitely going to want to see this. I'm going to smoke part of a cigarette, guys. I'm going to chat with you while I do that. Wah, wah, wah.
That's our Abed.
Just leave the wheel loader standing there.
I'm trying to quit smoking, honestly.
So let me see how much I got out of there. Remember I told you I was going to get somewhere around $1 million? I was a little short. I got 763,000.
My goodness, dude.
From a half a field.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just half the field. That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, what's on the other half of the field?
Still the same thing. I just don't want to run out of wheat. So when one half runs out, I redo that half and use from the other side. When that runs out, I'll do that half and feed off the other side of it. See?
My goodness, man. I don't see how you could ever run out of wheat.
You will if you just do it one whole field at a time.
What do you use the wheat for?
I don't use the wheat. I use the straw for the bedding.
Okay, so you basically are just going to end up selling all that wheat later on.
Yeah, but I'll get a $500,000.
Yeah.
Or plus, you know what I mean, for it. So, I mean, it's worth it.
In the end, yeah, it's always worth it.
Yeah. Plus, I'm going to get all the straw that I need for the cattle.
My goodness, dude, you are quite the crazy man.
Thank you. I was always wanted to be insane. I dreamt. I told my mom, I said, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be insane. My mom told me, she said, you should be a professional gamer when I was a kid. I was like, Mom, that's just silly. I'll never make any money. What an idiot.
Right? Can make a fortune off this, man.
Could have made a fortune.
Still can.
You know, Jacob, I love cigars, but I got expensive taste in cigars. I like Macanudo LL10 92 or 82 vintage. And the last time I bought one, they ran me about $50 a cigar. So my taste is too expensive in cigars.
Then there's me. I just smoke the Swisher Sweet cigars.
I can't take them, man. They, oh,
A little too sweet for you?
no, they're just nasty. They're cheap tobacco.
They really are cheap tobacco, honestly. But they're also cheap
Once you
cigars.
try a Macanudo LL10 92 or 88, you'll not smoke them anymore.
The day I can afford
some
one of
people
those.
say Cuban cigars are good, but I find them to be very harsh.
The day I can afford one of those cigars, though, I'll be a millionaire and I'll help buy you a brand new Bugatti.
Thanks, man, but I don't want a Bugatti. I can't afford the tires.
You can't even afford the gas for that thing.
Just buy me a box of cigars. I'll be happy.
Alright, sounds good. I'll buy you cigars made of gold.
They may as well be made of gold. They cost about as much. It wasn't as bad when I started smoking them. You know, I was able to get them for about $15 a piece, but time goes on. You know, and the older the cigar gets, the more money it's worth. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Already been going for an hour and I've barely made a dent on this field.
Oh, that's a big field, man.
It's field 7. It's massive, yeah. But you know what? I'll do it for $141,000.
There you go.
If they're paying me, I'm fine with doing it, but I ain't doing it for $5,000.
No.
That's just crazy.
I usually go about 2 hours, James. That's my general run time.
Yeah, I put up with Abad, everybody. I mean, he's such a drag, but he's so fun to hang around, you know.
I'm a drag, man.
Well, where's your dress then?
I didn't say I was in drag.
I know, I'm just messing with you, bro.
That would beat me up.
Where'd you say you were? You're like in Tennessee or something like that?
Southwest Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think they smile on drags out there.
No, they wouldn't even think it's funny. It would just be instant beating.
Right.
By 20 people at the same time. With just me. And I ain't gonna win. It's not gonna be like one of them kung fu movies where one guy fights while 10 other people dance and wait their turn.
Right. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're gonna have some fun.
The funniest one I've ever seen though is Steven Seagal. You know, he's like this 6'4", 6'5" guy, and he's showing off his Akita when he's, you know what I mean? And everybody he's fighting is like 5'5" and 100 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That guy is such a fraud.
I'm sitting here in my auger wagon. Well, not in my auger wagon, but in the tractor haul of my auger wagon, waiting for the harvester to finish its field, right? I got my headset on talking to you, and I got earbuds in at the same time playing Eye of the Tiger.
But Steven Seagal gave me a vest for PlayStation Home one time. How about that?
Wow.
Yep, it's true.
Where'd my...
If PlayStation Home was still open, I could show it to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he gave me a vest. Another company, I can't remember which one it was now, gave me a robot.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival.
Yeah, I got a police vest from Steven Seagal. You know, like a bulletproof vest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
That is awesome. So I like them.
I got some music playing in my ears, so I'm gonna have my mic set on push to talk. So if I start singing, you won't hear me.
Oh, I'm not worried if you sing, man. I'm just
I
worried
get,
if the music comes over.
Oh no, I have earbuds in for that.
Yes, singing doesn't bother me, man. You go to town.
Alright, man. I just get into my
Anyone doesn't
music pretty
like it,
good.
tough love.
Yeah, I love my 80s rock music.
I gotta get more hay.
Right.
And after I get this lined down with straw, I gotta get 2 rows of straw too. I mean, I'm gonna be hustling trying to get this stuff loaded back up.
Oh, I bet. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Dun dun. Ba dun dun. Dun dun. There's an up back on the streets.
I can't believe how low my yard is.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm almost out of everything, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. To
I
survive.
probably only got 10 million pounds of silage still sitting there. Probably about 3/4 of a million pounds of hay.
Well, that's why we have you to take care of them.
Pounds of straw. So I'm low. I'm really low.
Well, we trust you to take care of the cows.
Well, this might be the point where I can't keep up with it anymore.
Well, that's where you sell a couple of them.
Yeah, that's when I sell all of them and go back to farming.
Right.
See how much money I made. I think I'm worth over $20 million now.
What's the next map you planning to do a series on?
I don't know. It's going to be a 17 map, I can tell you that.
Oh, well, yeah. You done a series on Goldcrest Valley yet?
Mastered. 2,500 cows is about the limit on that one because of fields.
The sizes of the fields.
Yeah. You just... After that, it just becomes impossible.
Yeah, it's hard taking care of animals on that one.
You can get more with more people. Yeah, I have Fs19. It just has too many challenges in it for me. Too many things aren't right, and it's not fair that I stream it, you know, because it exposes it, Jacob. You know, and Giants is a real good company. It's just a new engine, and they are really struggling and working hard to get it, you know, back to get it right. I mean, it's not like they're not trying to fix the stuff. I mean, they're going crazy trying to fix everything. So I just don't want to damage them like that, you know, because I'm kind of a sourpuss baby, man. Something goes wrong, and I'm going to yell about it. Oh, they're all over the place, man. I really shouldn't discuss them because I like the company a lot. And I understand what the issues are, you know, why. To some degree, anyhow. I don't work for them, so... But like, for instance, I'll give you one. You go, take the truck that does 60 miles an hour. Now, 60 miles an hour means every minute is 1 mile. So it's the easiest possible math, right? So, and you go buy the house that you buy, the expensive house, the $500,000 house. According to how long it takes you to go buy that house would be about as big as 2 Walmarts. So the scale of speed and the scale of size of stuff is incorrect. And what's really incorrect about it is the speed scale. And it's way off, man. It is way off. And one of the ways, another way you can tell is when you run the the large New Holland harvester, the biggest one, and you run a Pronto 9DC, the Pronto 9DC does about 1/3 faster than the harvester does, but it'll never catch up to it. There's problems in the gameplay too. Most of the equipment does not work right. You know, for instance, well, I really don't want to discuss it because, I mean, really, honestly, Jacob, the company tries so hard and it's not fair. You know, they're really working their nuts to, you know, make this stuff work right. And they're just having problems, and I understand, you know, because it's a new engine. That's why they delayed coming out with the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a really good company, man. It's not fair that they're having these problems. It's truly not fair.
Dancing up and down the boulevard in shadows, searching in the night.
Hey, you want to catch some songs you probably never heard before that are good?
What's that?
Considering you like 80s music, you want to catch a couple songs you never heard before that are good?
Yeah, what do you got?
Try Girl Like You by the Smithereens. There's one.
Alright, let's start with that, see what I
Stuff
think.
they don't play on the radio anymore, and probably never will again.
It's sad, I always love 80s music, man. Who's it by?
The Smithereens, A Girl Like You.
Okay, A Girl Like You. There it is. Alright, let's see what I think. It's got a good beat to it.
It's a good song. It's a driving song.
Oh yeah, it is. Like you. It's good. I like it.
Good, I'll have another one for you after that one.
Excuse me.
Hey, good night, Jacob. God bless, man.
Night, Jacob.
Check out that video, The Four Horsemen, by
Be sure to
Renegade
like.
Productions.
Be sure to like Abed's stream before you go to bed. Ooh, this is good. I like it.
Let me know if you want to hear something in the same style or something a little different.
Well, the type of 80s music I listen to is definitely rock. 80s rock.
Oh, that's 80s rock. You're
Oh,
not
this
gonna get more
definitely
80s rock
is.
than that.
This is definitely
You're not gonna
80s
get
rock.
more 80s rock than you're not gonna get more. You're not gonna get more 80s rock than that, though. That's pretty much rock.
Oh yeah, it is. It's incredible. I love it. I can't believe I've never heard of these guys before.
There's a bunch of them they'll never play on the radio anymore. Well, they will, but you'll probably hear it in the Walmart ad first.
Right.
As goofy as that sounds, believe me, it's probably true.
Oh, I can believe it, man.
Is it done yet?
Still going.
Alright, let me know when it's done. I'll send you to another one.
Got another minute and a half left. Definitely farming music for me, man.
What the heck did this thing just do to me? I had it all set and then it stopped.
What do you mean?
My, wagon loading it.
Oh.
Normally I just drive up to the thing as fast as I can, and sometimes you press the wrong buttons
Right.
and it never starts loading.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you drove by your target area.
Oh my goodness, look how much we have left to harvest, guys. It's crazy. Alright, I think it's over.
Alright, try Have a Soda by Kim Mitchell. It should pop up when you just type in Have a Soda.
Alrighty. Here we go. Oh, no, 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 no. This can't be happening. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Hi, dog.
There's probably a possum in the yard.
Yeah.
Hey, possum.
Or someone trying to steal your toilet paper.
Hey, possum, get the hell out of the yard. I see you. You heard me. Get.
Oh yeah, this is a good song too.
Told you I'm gonna try not to steer you wrong.
Oh man, you're doing good so far. But I'm kind of sad now because my harvester, which I had a hired worker on, just ran right into the lake at the end of the field.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, that doesn't make me very happy though.
Nobody said you had to be happy.
Oh my goodness, where did you go in, dude? This is insane. Like, I can't even see the harvester anymore.
Reset it.
Oh no, it's... Yeah, I wanted to see what happened to it exactly, though.
What happened to it is it fell in the lake.
He was turning around and he completely submerged it. Oh, and it was full too. Oh my goodness, that's depressing.
Somebody drove their truck out of the lake the other day. See if you can drive it out.
I don't think you're gonna be able to drive it out.
Yeah, Tiny or someone just the other day drove a truck out of the lake. Tiny or
Really?
Chris or someone, yeah, FS, someone did. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Brandon, as a matter of fact.
Well, I got my harvester back.
There you go. Was you
Yeah, it
able to
doesn't
drive it
look.
out?
Yeah, I was able to. No, I wasn't able to drive it out, unfortunately. It was too
Bummer.
deep submerged. If I had another person here, I could probably have him ram it with a bigger vehicle till it was out of the water enough, but no, it was completely sub. Now there's a full grain tank of sunflowers sitting at the bottom of the lake.
Wow.
Yeah, because it doesn't stay in the tank when you drown your vehicle. All right, guys, I'm probably gonna call it a night here because I can't even drive now. So yeah, we're gonna call it a night on the stream. Finish this contract tomorrow before I end up just losing my temper on this piece of equipment. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's ending like this. It wasn't my intention to have a harvester end up in the lake, believe me. But I will see you guys later. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe and jump on over to the Abad's channel and watch him for a bit because he's got some good stuff. I mean, subscribe to him too.